AI is coming for your job in 2026, and I am not saying that to scare you. I'm saying it because it is already happening. By 2030, 300 million jobs, they will be displaced by AI. Not disrupted, not transformed, displaced. 92 million jobs, they will be eliminated in the next 5 years. And yeah, 170 million new ones will be created, but here's the problem. These are not one-to-one replacements. The new jobs, they are not in the same cities, they're not for the same people, and they require completely different skill sets. So if you're sitting there just waiting for your old job to come back, I have got bad news for you. It is not coming back. 59% of workers, they will need to completely reskill by 2030 just to stay employed. And 39% of the job skills that matter today, they will be fundamentally disrupted within 5 years. And this is not 10 years away. Young workers are getting hit first. Right now, unemployment for people aged 20 to 30 in tech-exposed jobs, they have already jumped 3 percentage points since the beginning of 2025. And that is real people losing real jobs today. Basic AI skills, they are likely to be baseline requirements within even the next few years. They're not going to be optional, not nice to have. They will be required. And if you do not have them, you will not get hired. And the gap between people who adapt to AI and people who do not, it is going to be that biggest wealth gap in our generation. And we are talking generational wealth versus struggling to pay rent. And that is the reality. But here is the thing. Most people, they have no idea what is about to hit them. You are different because within the next 30 minutes, I am going to be showing you exactly how to position yourself on the winning side of this. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 paths based on where you are right now. So whether you are working a 9 to 5, you run a business, or you're technical, I am going to be giving you the exact steps to not only protect yourself, but actually get ahead of this wave. So I'm going to be showing you guys the real strategies working right now in 2025 so that you can put them in place for the rest of the year and of course, employ them in 2026. This is not going to be theory. This is not going to be just predictions. This is what is actually working and the specific services that you can sell and the exact timeline to make this transition and the proven offers that are closing deals. So by the end of this video, you guys will know exactly where you fit, what path makes sense for you, and what to do this week to get started. This might be one of the most important videos that you will watch this year. So consider this your complete guide. So why should you even listen to me about any of this at all? Now, I have been running my own AI automation agency for over 2 years now. We have worked with more than 30 businesses to implement AI into their operations, small local businesses to 8-figure investment firms. We have built AI systems that handle sales, even operations, customer support, all of it. And this is not theory. This is what we do every single day. I am also teaching thousands of students within my school community how to practically use AI, real implementations, how to build these systems, how to even sell them, how to use them to either protect your job or build your own business. And I'm seeing students upskill themselves, start AI agencies, hit 5 figures a month, and leave their corporate jobs. But here's the thing. I was in your position. I was a project manager in a corporate 9 to 5. I saw AI coming. I saw what it was going to do, and I made the decision to just get ahead of it. I upskilled myself. I learned how to implement these systems, and eventually I left to run this full time. So everything that I am about to share, it is not hypothetical. This isn't me just reading some study. This is what is working in 2025 and what I have done, what I am teaching people to do successfully right now. So here's how this is going to be structured. There's going to be 3 different starting points. So starting point 1 is you just work a job. So you have a 9 to 5, you are employed by somebody else. Starting point 2, this is if you run a business. And starting point 3, if you are technical, like a developer, IT, data person, whatever. For each one, I am going to be showing you the specific paths, the realistic timelines, and what you can actually be doing right now to be getting ahead of the curve. So let's just dive right in. All right, starting point number 1, you work a job. So you have been employed by somebody else. Could be corporate, could be a small business, doesn't really matter. You are wondering, like, how do I make sure that I do not get replaced? How do I stay valuable? Or maybe you're just thinking like, how do I use this AI wave to build something of my own and eventually get out? So you have got paths. So path A, this is the AI enhanced employee. So path A, this is just staying in your current job and becoming irreplaceable by becoming the AI person. So who exactly is this going to be for? Well, this is going to be for you if you actually like your company, you like what you do, you just want to climb the ladder, or at the very least, have some job security and not worry about getting laid off. So here is what you are going to do. Find a corner of AI that you are actually interested in and that is actually relevant to your role. Do not try to learn everything. Just pick something specific. If you are in marketing, maybe it's AI content creation or campaign analysis. If you are in operations, maybe it's workflow automations. If you're in sales, maybe it's AI powered prospecting. So really get into those rabbit holes. Spend time actually learning how these tools work and what is even out there for you. And here's the good news. The barrier to entry, it is basically nothing now. So you can learn no-code tools, things like Lovable, Replit, N8N, Make.com, Zapier. You do not need to be a developer by any means. I would hardly consider myself technical. And these tools, they let you build real AI solutions without having to write any sort of code. And then all you're doing is you are taking initiative. You are building things. Show your company what you're capable of and do not wait for permission. Build a prototype that just saves your team 10 hours a week and show it to your boss. Of course, you won't want to implement it until you get permission, but beyond that, you could build an AI workflow that qualifies leads all automatically and demonstrate it to them. Make it tangible. So the key is to actually implement 2 or 3 AI solutions internally. Don't just talk about AI or just take courses. You need to take action. So build something that is actually going to be practical and something that is going to drive some leverage within the company. And then from there, you're just going to be positioning yourself as the go-to AI implementation person within your company. So you volunteer for any pilot programs. You show leadership what is actually possible. You make yourself the person that they cannot afford to lose because you are the only one who actually knows how to implement this stuff. And the timeline for this, it can take just 1 weekend to build an end-to-end system that's actually going to drive leverage for you and your company. And the outcome from all of this, well, think of promotions, raises, complete layoff protection, potentially cross-department opportunities because other teams, they're going to hear about what you are doing. Now, path B is building an AI service business on the side and quitting your job when it replaces your income. Now, this path, it works whether you are currently employed or even unemployed, and you just want to escape whether you are a freelancer or you're a consultant who just wants to scale beyond trading time for money, or whether you're a complete beginner with no business experience yet. And the path is just going to be the same for all of you. So what are you actually going to be doing? Well, you're just going to be selling AI implementation services to businesses. So let me just give you the actual approach that works because I see people mess this up all the time. Step 1 is starting with niches that you are either interested in or where you have connections. And do not just pick restaurants because somebody on YouTube told you to. Pick industries that you actually understand or have access to. Step 2 is understanding the actual business pain points in that particular niche. So what are they spending any of their time on? What is costing them money? Where are they bleeding? What is preventing them from growing? And step 3 is creating AI solutions that actually solve those specific pain points. And now look, I know that I am keeping this very high level because we go way deeper into this process in our community and in previous videos, but I do want to give you guys the 4 proven offers that are actually selling right now that you can be using and what I recommend for you to use. And after working with dozens of students and seeing what closes deals, these are the ones that actually work. And category 1 is lead generation and qualification systems. So you're essentially just automating the process of finding prospects and enriching their data, qualifying them based on specific criteria, and then booking them on calendars. And this is going to work for any business that relies on sales calls. So you can consider coaches, consultants, agencies, B2B services, real estate, you name it. And what you are actually going to be selling them is things like, I will cut your lead qualification time from 20 hours per week down to just 2 hours per week. So your sales team are only talking to qualified prospects who are actually ready to buy from you. And why this actually works is because time is money. If you save a business owner 18 hours per week, that's either 18 hours that they can spend doing other high value tasks, or it's just one less employee that they need to hire. And the ROI, it is really easy to calculate. Now, category 2 is going to be customer support and communication automation. So this is just where you're handling inbound questions, routing tickets to the right people, providing instant responses to common questions, and then following up with the customers all automatically. And this really works for any business with high inbound volume. So you can consider e-commerce, SaaS, local services, even healthcare. And what you're going to be selling them is things like saying, I will cut your average response time from 4 hours to 4 minutes and handle 80% of support requests automatically. So your team, they can actually be focusing on the complex stuff that actually requires a human. And why this works again is because you have a faster response time, meaning better customer experience, which means higher retention and more sales. Plus, you are either going to be reducing the support workload, which in turn, it saves money, or it's allowing them to just handle way more volume with the same team size. So it allows them for scale. Now, category number 3 is content creation and marketing automation. So you are going to be generating social media content, writing email sequences, creating any ad copy, producing blog articles, and this is all customized to their brand voice and their strategy as well. So this works for any business that needs consistent content. So you can consider like coaches, agencies, SaaS companies, e-commerce brands. And what you're going to be selling them is I will generate 30 days of on-brand social content in 2 hours. So you never are going to have to worry about what to actually post or worrying about scrambling for any content ideas ever again. Why this works is because content creation is incredibly time consuming. Most business owners, they know that they should be posting consistently, but they do not have the time. Automating this, it is going to free up hours every single week for them. And last but not least, we have data processing and workflow automation, where you are going to be handling any repetitive tasks like data entry or document processing, report generation, invoice processing, appointment scheduling, whatever it may be. And this is going to work for any business with manual admin work. So law firms, accounting firms, healthcare practices, real estate agencies, they all deal with these things. And what you're selling to them is I will automate your invoice processing so that it takes only 30 minutes instead of 8 hours per week, eliminating data entry errors and freeing up your admin team to do actual valuable work. Why this will work is because manual data work is expensive, it's error prone, and it is soul crushing. And businesses, they will pay good money to actually eliminate it. And if you notice something about all 4 of these categories is that none of them are mentioning AI in the pitch. They all mention something specific and specific outcomes. And that is what is actually going to sell and what is going to work for cold traffic. And now look, there are other AI services that do work, but these 4, they are proven in our community with our students. They are the easiest to sell and they are the fastest to implement when you are actually starting out. All right, so what is the realistic timeline for this? Well, week 1, start picking your niche and which category that you are going to be focusing on. And then weeks 1 through 4, learn the tools, build a solution. Either it can be for yourself, or you could just create a demo for a fake business, or you could be reaching out to your friend who runs a business. You just need something to show. And then from there, you are going to be starting to reach out to people within your warm network. So think about your friends, think about your family, old coworkers, whatever, and ask them, do they know anybody that runs whatever niche that you ended up choosing? And mention that you're just trying to solve that industry's pain point. And the idea for this is that you are using your warm network to just get your first project and get a case study and a testimonial, because it is much easier than just going directly to cold traffic right away. Now, within months 2 to 3, and all after this, you are going to be aiming to get your first 2 or 3 paid clients at $2,000 to $5,000 per project. Months 4 to 6, you can scale to $10,000 a month consistently. And then beyond that, quit your job if you have one, or just push past $20,000 a month. This is realistic. And we have seen this dozens of times within our community. But the timeline, it's going to change wildly per student. But the one common thing that we see is if you are consistent and you are doing the right things, over time, you will be successful. And the only thing that is changing is the time that it took per person. And look, I am not going to sit here and make up fake sounding success stories. Here's what I have actually seen within our community. I have seen a former project manager who now runs an AI agency doing mid-5 figures a month. I've seen someone who used to do VA work charging about $25 an hour, who now builds AI content systems charging $3,000 a month per client, managing a bunch of clients at once. I've also seen complete beginners go from zero to making real money implementing AI for local businesses in under a year. But why does this actually work? Is because you're not trading your time for money anymore. You're selling scalable solutions, and you build something once and you can just deploy it to multiple clients. And businesses, they desperately need these things like lead generation or whatever else it is, but they have no idea how to actually do it themselves. And the startup costs, they're very low. You literally can start this while you are still employed. In the market, it is wide open right now. And most business owners, they do not even know what's possible. And that is where you come in. Now, look, if you are sitting there thinking this path B sounds exactly like what I want to do, but you have no idea how to actually build these AI systems or just how to get your start, I am running a 3-day challenge where we build a real automation together from scratch, where we are going to walk through the entire process step by step. You will see exactly how to build lead qualification systems, customer support automations, all the stuff that I just mentioned. Not theory, just hands-on building. And honestly, it is one of the fastest ways to go from I do not know where to start to, okay, like I can actually build this stuff and sell it. We also take an approach of putting you on the right track to make sure you know how to sell it before you become a technical weapon at whatever you are learning. Because at the end of the day, if you build something, people are not going to come. And this is what we are teaching you, how to actually market, how to actually sell. And that is the only thing that really matters and what I have seen most people fail with. Because at the end of the day, They focus on the tech, and by the time they master it, they have nobody to sell it to, and then they end up giving up because they cannot figure out that piece. But in any case, if you guys are interested in joining that, then check out the link down below in the description. We're only taking on 100 seats at a time, so it's going to be very limited. All right, starting point number 2, you already run a business. You have got operations, you have got employees, you've got customers. And you're wondering, where is AI fitting into all of this? Well, here is what you need to do. And this is the exact process that we use with our clients. And step number 1, it is a discovery audit, because you need to start by auditing your processes and just seeing what is actually taking up the most time and not just what you think is. So you need to be finding out, where are the bottlenecks? What tasks are your team complaining about? What is costing you the most money? And the key is just to focus on what will actually drive the most return and what is easiest to implement first. So do not try to automate everything at once. Pick the low-hanging fruit. And step 2 is going through a feasibility study. So once you have actually identified the high impact areas, you just need to determine if it is actually possible to automate. And this is what we call the exploration phase. So is the data structured enough? Can you access these systems that you need? Are there APIs available? Or what is the data plumbing situation looking like? Now, some of these processes, they sound great to automate, but when you actually dig in, the data's a mess or the systems do not talk to one another. And you need to figure that out before you actually start building. And step 3, of course, this is development. So if you find that it's actually feasible, then that is when you are moving into actually building it. And you have got options here. So you can learn how to automate it yourself. You can hire someone to build it, or you can even work with an agency like ours. And the point is, you're not just randomly throwing AI at your business. You are being strategic about it. So some examples of what this can actually look like. Well, for a lot of businesses, the highest return on investment is within sales, like lead qualification, follow-ups, proposal generation. These are high volume, repetitive tasks that AI handles really well. And for others, it is operations, it is customer onboarding, it is project management, internal workflows. And these are the things that take up tons of time, but do not require complex human judgment. For others, it may be support, handling common questions, routing tickets, maintaining knowledge bases. These are areas where response time, they really matter, but most questions, they're predictable as well. And the mistake that most business owners actually make is they try to do everything at once because they want to automate sales. They want to automate their operations, their support, their finance, all of it. And they get overwhelmed and nothing ends up happening. Or they just try to do it all at once, build it all at once. They build something that is half-assed and they give up. So just start with one area where you actually know this is going to prove a return on investment for you and your team. From there, you get it working, you see the ROI, and then you move to the next one. And when you do this right, when you strategically implement AI into the areas that actually matter, you're looking at significantly higher profit margins because you're not just hiring proportionally as you scale. You are working way less because you are not in the weeds anymore. You're focusing on strategy and actual growth. All right, now starting point number 3 is if you're technical. So if you're a developer, you're within IT, you work as a data analyst, or you work with code or technical systems. And the question that everybody is asking is, will AI replace developers? So here is my best answer, and my best guess is that it is going to replace developers who do not adapt. The developers who actually learn how to work with AI, they're going to be 5 to 10 times more productive and also make 2 to 3 times as much money. So what does this actually look like? Well, do not try to become a machine learning engineer unless you genuinely want to get a PhD and work for Meta for $500,000 a year. That is a very specific path for a very specific type of person. Instead, you should be becoming an AI developer. So what is actually going to be changing? Well, you're going to stop writing every single line of code manually. You are instead going to be orchestrating AI to write code for you. So you can use tools like Cursor, any other IDE like Windsurf, other AI coding assistants. And what you actually focus on is the architecture and the business logic, not what to build, not how to manually build every single detail. Our team, we have built out $50,000 apps in just weekends using Cursor and other IDEs. And here's the thing with all of this. Companies don't care if you wrote every line yourself or if AI helped you. They care about 3 things. Does it work? Does it solve the problem? And was it delivered fast? And if you could do all 3 better than someone manually coding everything, you are going to win. All right, so we have covered all 3 starting points. Now you need to make a decision. Which one are you? So let's just go ahead and recap really quick. Starting point 1 is if you work a job, you have got 3 paths. Path A, you are going to be staying where you are and become the AI person. You get security, you get raises, you get promotions. Path B is where you're starting your own AI business on the side and then just scaling it until you can quit, because you're going to get freedom and you will get unlimited upside. Starting point 2 is if you run a business where your path is an AI first transformation. So you go department by department, sales operations, support, finance. You're not just adding AI as something that is nice to have or something that's just meaningfully supplemental. You are rebuilding your entire operation around it. And starting point 3 is if you're technical. So your path is becoming an AI first developer where you use AI to 10x your productivity. You charge more because you deliver faster and better. So which one are you? And be honest about where you are today. So with all of this, you're probably asking, how do you decide? Well, where are you right now? And do not think about where you want to be in 5 years from now. Where are you today? What is your goal? Is it job security? Is it a new career? Is it building a business? Is it freedom? And what is your timeline? Do you need to make a move in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? And what's your risk tolerance? Do you want to stay employed while you are figuring all of this out? Or are you willing to go all in right now? Answer those questions and your path, it is going to become very obvious to you. Here's what I need you to do right now. Do not let this be another video that you watch and then forget about it in a few days. Or maybe you put in a few days of work and then you just give up. Instead, just pick your starting point and write it down. Am I working a job? Am I running a business? Am I technical? Whatever it may be. And then step 2 is picking your specific path within that starting point. Write that down as well. And from there, just take one action this week. That is all I am asking of you. Just one single action at the minimum. It could be signing up for an AI tool and spending just 2 hours learning it. Or it could be reaching out to somebody in your network about AI opportunities. It could be building a simple AI workflow for yourself, or even joining a community like ours where people are actually doing this. And the key is just to do something. Do not just consume information, take action. Now look, I showed you the numbers at the beginning of this video. 300 million jobs displaced, 59% of workers, they need reskilling. And this is real. It is happening right now. But you are ahead of most people just by watching this video, because most people, they're completely just ignoring AI, hoping it goes away. It's not going away. This gap between people who adapt and people who do not, it is going to be massive. It is already getting massive, like the biggest wealth gap that we will see within our generation. So the question is, which side would you want to be on? So with that being said, I am rooting for all of you guys. I want to see you all win. I want to see you get ahead and choose your own path and be in control of what you actually want to do. So you could go ahead and join our free school community. We have over 15,000 AI entrepreneurs. People are all interested in this sort of thing, helping one another. We have monthly competitions and so much more. So go ahead, join our free school. That can be your one action this week and a great starting point. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.